Here's something that's a complete and utter fact. Slow motion is better than no motion. Today, I want to help you understand the importance of having slow motion over no motion. Because once you're able to make small, minute progress, that's when you begin to see success in your life, achievement, and you begin to attain all the things that you've always wanted, such as social relationships, intimate relationships, financial independence, and so much more. So, what do I mean by having slow motion over having no motion? So, what people kind of get misconstrued or misunderstand is that if they're not making any progress, so for example, in like their business adventures or social adventures, or in terms of maybe the gym, something as simple as that, that means they should give up. No, one thing you should always understand about life is that if you are at least making some sort of progress, that's more than enough. Even if it's 0.5%, 0.5%, that's more than zero. That's, of course, that's more than zero, but that's better than zero. Imagine, for example, you were to make progress every single day, very small progress. So that would be like, I don't know, 0.2% every single day. At the end of a year, I don't know, you can do the maths, that's like 700 and something, whatever percent, no, half, no, 365, 132 point something. You'd be 132% better at the end of the year. In comparison, if you did 0%, so you decided, it was too hard, or it's too boring, or I've decided to change my mind. I don't want to make any more money. I don't want to improve my social relationships or gain financial independence or become a better version of myself overall. It doesn't necessarily have to be about this materialism. It can be about you just being a bit better, you being a lot more confident, more resilient, more disciplined. Imagine if you decided it was just a bit too hard, so you decided, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the negative things, the things that don't improve me. At the end of the year, you don't make any progress. Instead, you go back. And I think one of the most difficult things as humans to want to understand or want to do is to be patient. It's so easy to become jealous and look at other people's success. Now, for example, take anything you've ever done. I don't know, maybe you've played some sort of sports, maybe football, soccer for the American people out there, and you've seen people that are so much more better than you. Okay, so you decide to start training, you start to go out and play football for a bit, but then you don't see the progress immediately. Our human mind wants to protect us from, I'd say, the dissatisfaction of not being better immediately. And so therefore we decide to give up. We decide to say that we're not going to try any harder because we don't see the point. Let's just do something that provides us with instant gratification now, because we're able to get something from that, maybe a hit of pleasure or dopamine, instead of actually going continuously through the drudgingly long process of not improving on a day-to-day basis. You are always improving as long as you do the thing that you need to do continuously. Slow motion will always be better than no motion. I look at that as the best of two negatives. It's either slow motion or having no motion. Improving slowly or not improving at all. I'd rather improve slowly than not improve at all. That doesn't benefit you, or not one bit. And I think you'll never really truly understand this concept until you see the fruits of your own labor. It's about sowing and reaping. Once you sow the seeds of success and you begin to enter the season when you reap the rewards, you start to see that, yes, it was truly worth it. But one thing I've understood, especially as I've grown up and I've started to mature a bit more, is that no matter how many times I see success as a result of slow improvements, whenever I start something new, a new project, and I don't see the immediate results, I get a bit put off. And I believe that's the first hurdle, that's the first massive filter. Although now I've become a lot more mature and I've understood this fact that, you've got to take time and improve slowly. We often want to see things quickly, want to see things fast. You know what? Jim Rohn, a massive motivational speaker, said this one thing in a video, and he was like, millionaires, if they were to lose their millions, would receive all that money back into their hands in no time. It went something like that. I'm paraphrasing it. What that quote means to me is that when you become something, you take on that identity. So another way to illustrate that is, for example, with lottery winners, whenever they win the lottery, there's a statistic that goes, maybe in their first year, they lose all the money. It's because they haven't aligned themselves with somebody that's a millionaire. They haven't aligned themselves with somebody that is worthy to keep, or to have the self-management skills to keep that certain amount of money. When you're doing something, whenever you're getting slow improvements, e.g. slow motion, you're becoming the type of person that you need to be in order to have what it is that you want. Like, for example, you don't go and do your driving test immediately after jumping in a car. No, you take the lessons, you learn to become a driver, you become the thing before you do the thing. That's exactly what that is. Understand that whenever you're improving, it can be slow. It doesn't have to be slow. But understanding things that are worth it, things that, will change your life, oftentimes will take a lot more time than you think. So always prefer slow motion over slow motion. No. Always prefer slow motion over no motion. And you'll see where your life goes.